Sugar is a problem for people with ADHD. That's right. Talking to you, if you love your lollies, your sweets, your Coca-Cola, your soft drinks, just that steady trickle, that constant flow of sugar into your body that you can't seem to stop or get a hold on, or even really maybe know that it's a problem. Maybe you just think it's normal, but let me tell you, in my personal experience, in my own life, and in my work as an ADHD coach, working with my clients, there is no single more powerful or effective intervention an individual can commit to help strengthen their willpower, their discipline, their resolve, their character, than to just eradicate sugar from their diet completely. I personally think that quitting sugar is more significant and more profound than quitting smoking or quitting drinking, or those are two pretty big things. And I think quitting sugar is more important. I think the effect sugar has on our brains, especially if we have ADHD, is the worst. And I don't blame us, because sugar does a lot for us. Our brains, they are dopamine starved. And all right, before I get ahead of myself, let me tell you about why our brains are so hardwired to love sugar. All of the circuitry, all of the stuff that we're dealing with up in here, it's not designed for the 21st century. It's designed for hunter-gatherer times, before we had phones and screens and whatever you're watching this on, way back when we were like in small tribes and huts and villages with literal sticks and stones. That's what our brain in many ways is adapted to. And back then, sugar was so scarce, like so scarce. If you found like a slightly sweet berry, it was like winning the lottery. It was a jackpot. It was the biggest deal ever. If you found honey, like a beehive, and you even knew to get honey from it, whoa, you probably like hallucinate from the sugar in it. I cannot express enough how rare just finding sugar was. And that's so important, because now that it's everywhere, now that it's freely available and it's delicious, it's so accessible, it's in so many things, and it's so easy to add, to have, to consume, to buy, and it's fun, and it's whatever. We all know that sugar's easy to get. But why is that a problem? Well, because our circuits, they were wired so that if we did happen to find some sugar, that it was such a treat, it was such a rare thing, that our brain would be so primed to looking out for more and more of it. If we happened to find like a little raspberry bush or a raspberry, if we found a raspberry bush, we would eat all the raspberries like that, and then for like days and days, because it was giving us those calories that we needed. Because they were so hard to find, our brain would just be on the lookout, like, is that a bush? Is that a raspberry? What's that? What's that? Oh, yeah. Now that sugar is everywhere, our brain is still wired for where's more, where's more, where's more? And consuming it still triggers this huge release of dopamine to say, whatever you did, do that again. Because that's really what dopamine's about, reinforcement. Saying whatever just happened, do that activity once more, so to get the dopamine again. And that's what drives a lot of our behaviors. So if every time we have sugar, we get flooded with dopamine that says have more sugar, well, that's gonna screw up the rest of our circuits. It's gonna increase the overall level of dopamine in the brain, like the tonic levels. And it's also gonna skew the reward's a bad word to use with dopamine, frankly, but yeah, the motivation pathways in our brain, so that when we do any other task, like clean our room or complete our homework assignment, that might give us a little kick of dopamine, but compared to what sugar gives us, it doesn't even register. So therefore this task is like, when we could just eat a fistful of jelly beans, which makes us go, wow, and tells our body whatever you just did was like the most productive thing a human could do that again. And it's really, you're just like shoveling cookies into your mouth, and your brain is like, you are winning right now, sir. No. It's tricked, it's faulty wiring. And avoiding dopamine, avoiding sugar and eradicating sugar from our diet is an extremely bizarre experience. Because not only is our wiring all screwed up from sugar, but our microbiome, the billions of organisms living in your gut, in your intestines right now, they very literally have a mind of their own, and they very literally tap into a different part of our brain. Not even our brain, our nervous system. That's a whole video in itself, the enteric nervous system and how... Look, here's what I want to tell you. If you eat sugar, not only does it screw your circuitry, but also that sugar goes into your stomach and into your digestive tract, where all of the bacteria living in there go, oh boy, and the ones that live off sugar have a party, they multiply and they go nuts. And then there's more of the things that need sugar to survive and live off it, they grow, so that then those organisms are then desperate for more sugar. There are more brain cells in your gut than in your brain. Let me say that again. There are more brain cells, there are more neurons in your gut than in your actual brain. And these organisms hijack the pathways there and say, hey, we need more sugar. And that signal from organisms that aren't you, but are just living in you, gets sent to your neurons that then come to influence your behavior to make you crave and eat more sugar. Not even because you want to, but because the bloody things living inside you want you to. That's a big deal. At least it was for me. When I first heard that made it so much easier for me to quit sugar, because I didn't want to be controlled by these things that weren't me. And also, it helped me put those cravings in my place, in their place. Because if you do quit sugar, and I'd encourage you to try, the first week's the worst. The second week is better, but week one sucks, anyway. First week sucks. It gets better, but wow, you'll feel it. And when you feel how much you crave sugar, that will be you feeling how much it has been controlling you up until that point. These results may shock you, they may surprise you, you might start getting agitated, moody, and all sorts of things because there's just this burning desire to consume sugar inside you. It will blow your mind how much a part of you would murder for it, just about. And if you can cut that out, the level of discipline, willpower, strength of character required to override those, I cannot stress enough how powerful these signals are that are controlling your behavior. You have to fight against them. It's a wild experience. Cutting out sugar is an incredible exercise. And right now, you could not pay me to eat sugar. Because if I eat sugar, what happens is I have a few seconds of, oh, that's rather tasty. And then for several days afterwards, gremlins are hijacking the steering wheel and driving my behavior to just have this powerful urge to consume more and more and more and more sugar. I don't like that. I don't want to do that. So sugar, don't do it, don't like it. There is so much content in this topic that you can discover. I could tell you all the things it could do for you. We could go and do it and feel it and see. And that's going to be infinitely more salient and valuable and useful. So go do that and tell me how you go. Let me know. Reach out if you're struggling. Message me, hit me up, comments, whatever. Contact me on my website. Hey Jack, this sucks. You were right. And if you get through it, you will be more powerful. Not just feel more powerful, you will be more powerful. You will be stronger as a result. It is worth it. Give it a shot. Let me know how you go. and go crush those gremlins, get rid of them all. Yeah. Okay, that's my piece for today. Thank you for tuning in. If you made it this far, I appreciate your time deeply. Thank you. I post new videos every single day. I'll see you tomorrow. If you want to see that video, hit the subscribe button, and then you'll know that I do the thing and it'll pop up in your feed. So if you want to see more of my stuff, then hit subscribe so that you can see it. And if you don't, that's fine too. Could go well. Enjoy. Okay, bye. Don't eat sugar. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.